It's December, and for most corporate companies, certainly the ones that I've been a part of, January is sales kickoff or SKO or SKO season, which means presentation prep time. Some love them, some absolutely loathe them. So I thought I would create a 3-part video series jam-packed full of pre-game rituals for any sales kickoff, or actually any yearly gathering in a team inside a company. In this 3-part series, we'll unpack a number of things that will make your next big corporate presentation or public speech absolutely fire on all cylinders. In this first video, we'll start with the prep. So grab a cup of something good and let's get into it. As you know, proper preparation prevents poor presentation performance. In other words, don't wing it. Properly preparing for your delivery is absolutely crucial for your success and the success of those listening to your message. I know time is typically of the essence as you come to year end and you're closing things down for the upcoming festive period, should you celebrate it. What you'll be delivering is for your audience, and think of it this way, they're your customer, so it would help them and you if you know your content. Build out a story if you can, as people tend to remember stories and not a string of numbers. Create a business scenario for your audience which is familiar to them, which means it will help them make the leap and join the dots. I'd also add, don't read off the slides. Sure, you can do that. However, doing this will show that you've clearly not practiced, and worse, it shows your audience that their time isn't worth you putting the time in to prepare for them. Genuinely, you're running the gauntlet of getting lynched by an angry mob at the bar, or perhaps someone spiking your coffee with sleeping pills for the next time that you present. And I'm not giving you ideas. No, I'm not giving you ideas. Remember to have the perspective of what's in it for your audience, or what they'll walk away with. Don't give them 57 things to remember, just maybe 3, and be sure to connect all of these 3 things together so they flow nicely. Once you've got your 3 or so points for your audience, apply a little bit of maths. I'm sorry to break this to you. However, it's a really simple mathematical equation, and it's P equals plus P. Or in other words, practice makes positive progress. The practice part I'm referring to is much more than just clicking through slides. This intense part allows you to practice your delivery, your timing, and transitions. And I'm talking full-on, out-loud practice sessions. Your audience will thank you. Trust me, they absolutely will. Be sure to use a timer to ensure that you're within your allocated time. Grab your smartphone and record either your full presentation or maybe just the first 5 minutes. And typically I would say the first 5 minutes because this allows you to capture your intro, which is one of the most important parts of your delivery. Watch it back and listen to the words you say. This then gives you the opportunity to refine your intro and nail it, as you've got the time now to get that in place. Get your intro right and the rest is plain sailing. Don't leave it to chance. Put the time in and put the time in now. I remember seeing a presenter that did nothing except read from the comfort monitor. What was the outcome? I certainly know that I was one of the ones that said, I'll never get that time back. But I did say that with my indoor voice. As you rehearse, focus on internalizing your content and its flow, rather than memorizing a script. This deep understanding will allow you to speak naturally and adapt to unexpected situations during your actual delivery. This is because you know where you're going next. And when it comes to your slides, less is more. Your visual should be like a perfect espresso shot. Strong, impactful, and just enough to get the job done. You might want to add a little bit of sugar as well, just to take the edge off. No one wants to read a novel on your slides. Use high-quality images, simple charts, and minimal text. For data visualization, choose the most appropriate chart type to clearly convey your message. Remember that you're the storyteller or the data guide. Build your slides accordingly. Tech check? This is an absolute non-negotiable. Test everything twice and then test it again. You may have a production team whose job it is to make sure that this all works well. Ask them what happens if X goes sideways, so you're prepared just in case it does. In fact, I actually had a lavalier mic go on me. You know, the mic that attaches to your shirt just here? I had one of those go on me. And the tech team said, well, if it does go, then just grab the handheld behind you. Easy. Sure enough, the lavalier mic did go, so I just leant back, grabbed the microphone and carried on speaking, and kept delivering my story as if nothing had happened. Finally, be sure to warm up. Voice breaks can be quite funny for those listening, and a possible embarrassment for those it happens to. Hydrate, warm up, and stretch. Start sipping water about 2 hours before your delivery. Add a little bit of lemon and possibly honey if your voice isn't as strong as it usually is. Then warm up your voice by saying a few tongue twisters. And one of my personal favourites is going from the lowest point in my register to the highest point in my register and back down again. I'll do that a few times to get the blood moving into my larynx. Also get the blood moving around your face by doing gentle, simple stretches, only for a few moments. Lastly, if you've been allocated the time, anticipate any questions that your audience may have. Think about those questions ahead of time and then prepare concise, informative responses. This preparation will help you appear knowledgeable and confident during your Q&A session. I am curious to know what you would add to this list or what preparation stories you've heard that will make your toes curl. All told, the bottom line is, proper preparation is the secret sauce to a belter of a presentation or public speech. In part 2 of this 3-part video series, we'll talk about owning your physical or virtual stage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.